Let me tell you the new American truth. You can work full-time in this country and still be poor. That was unthinkable 40 years ago. But today, it's the new normal. People are working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. People who never miss a shift. People carrying two jobs. And they are still behind on rent, behind on utilities, medical bills, car payments. They're behind on everything. That's not a moral failure. That's an economic design. The working class didn't collapse because people got lazy. It collapsed because the system got greedy. Now let's talk about stability. Nobody talks about this enough. Every form of stability the working class used to rely on has been dismantled. Steady hours? Gone. Pensions? Gone. Affordable homes? Gone. Employer loyalty? Gone. Job security? Gone. Predictable health care? Gone. Savings? Gone. Retirement is now a myth. We now live in an economy where people can work full-time, budget responsibly, avoid debt, save when they can, and do everything right, and yet still drown. Because the working class is no longer a group. It's a trap. A trap you cannot climb out of without assets, and assets are now priced out of reach. Let's talk about the generation squeezed the hardest. People aged 45 to 75, the backbone of the workforce for decades. Many in this group are taking care of aging parents, helping their grown children survive, working physically harder while their bodies wear down, managing chronic health conditions, facing age discrimination, watching retirement slip away. This group has been hit from both sides. Their parents grew up in the era of pensions and one-income homes. Their children are drowning in student debt and rent they cannot afford. And the people in the middle, the sandwich generation, they're supporting everyone except themselves. The collapse didn't just hit individuals, it hit entire families. You want to see the collapse in real time? Drive through rural America. Once thriving towns now have closed factories, hollowed out main streets, collapsed housing markets, low-wage service jobs, skyrocketing addiction rates, hospitals are shutting down, schools are underfunded, and grocery stores are being replaced with dollar stores. Entire communities are now being left behind. These places weren't abandoned accidentally. They were sacrificed in the name of global competitiveness. Millions of workers who built this country were told, your jobs are too expensive, your towns are not profitable, your lives don't matter to the bottom line. That is the collapse. Now let's go to the other side, the cities. Urban workers face a different kind of collapse. Rent swallowing over half their income, commutes eating their day, gig jobs replacing real work, corporate chains killing small businesses, housing speculation pricing out residents, homelessness rising everywhere, health costs skyrocketing. Buying a home is becoming impossible. The working class in the cities did not collapse. They were pushed out by investors, pushed out by gentrification, pushed out by landlords who raised rent faster than the wages could keep up. The message is clear now. If you cannot afford the new city, leave. Where do they go? No.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you're doing great from whatever you're watching me from. Now, you might do something. You might just end up doing things thinking that you are sabotaging for other people, but in the long run, you end up sabotaging it for yourself. See, for the longest time, white folks have always been the head of everything, quotes unquote, the head of everything. That includes how the United States runs. That includes Everything that we see around us, the decisions that they made, they're always the ones who are behind the engine that runs the United States. And so last year, it reached a point when people need to make a decision. Because remember, Black Americans and other group of people were tired of seeing this repeated idea of the United States of always placing white people at the central of everything, right? Because they run everything in the United States, right? So Black people wanted to put a stop on this, but they said, nah, if this is going to take our privilege, if this is going to take our power, if this is going to take our white supremacy, then you're not going with it. Black people told them, you see this person called Trump is not a good person. And it is not like we are racist, or it's not like we are black and he's white or something, but it is because we have seen him. We have had a glimpse of him, but people didn't listen to Black people. But right now, what it turns out to be, it turns out to be an apocalypse. The United States is in an apocalypse. Or if not, it's probably yet to happen, and I'm not fear-mongering. It is evident, and it is written on the wall in capital letters. Right now, everyone can see what is happening in the United States today. So brothers and sisters, this white man here is talking, and he's speaking from a first-person opinion. He's speaking about things that he has gone through. He's speaking about the challenges that he has faced as a white person in the United States. And so this all culminates down, and it proves to what Black people have been saying for the longest time. Now, brothers and sisters, I want us to watch this video. I don't want to say much. I just want us to watch this video, and then I'll be back. I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. If you're watching me for the first time, you know I'm your host and presenter, Tech Stories. And for those who are always watching me, I'm thankful and grateful for the support that you're giving me. For those who are sending me super thanks, man, I'm grateful for the support that you're giving me. I can't say much, but just to thank you for your quality time that you spare to share with me with my channel. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
Who cares? Not the people getting rich off their displacement. All right, here's something the news never talks about. The emotional cost of being working class in America today is devastating. People are feeling exhausted, invisible, devalued, betrayed, angry, hopeless, and yes, overwhelmed. When you've worked your entire life, when your hands, your back, your knees, your time, all of it built this country, and yet you can't afford to go to the doctor? That's not tough luck. That's cruelty. When a 67-year-old has to stock shelves to survive, that's not a strong work ethic, mind you. That's collapse. When a single mom works 2 jobs and still can't pay rent, that's not poor budgeting. That's collapse. This is not personal failure. This is a national failure. Okay, both parties have sold the working class out. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say. Both political parties helped collapse the working class. One side blamed the poor, the other side blamed the rich. Both sides took money from the corporations doing the damage. Both signed off on trade deals that killed jobs. Both deregulated industries that exploited workers. Both promised protections they never delivered. Both talked about opportunity while selling the country to the highest bidder. The working class didn't lose because they made bad choices. They lost because nobody represented them. Not in Washington, not in state capitals, and not in corporate offices. This collapse wasn't partisan. It was bipartisan. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Offended Outcast. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, take a moment to do so. It would really help. Smash the like button too. Until next time, guys, let's rise together. Welcome back to Offended Outcast. Well, this is going to be the last pretty day before the cold really sets in around here. Well, I wanted to make this message to our leaders that are running this whole show. I think it's time you came out of your gilded palaces, and came down to Main Street. Took a walk with the average person down the sidewalk. Look at all the empty businesses that aren't selling nothing. All the empty parking lots because people aren't spending money. Walk by the next restaurant and see 2 or 3 people in the restaurant instead of a full house. Because you see, American people don't have any money anymore. People are broke. It's all been vacuumed upwards. And you continue to gaslight us with this information that, oh, the stock market's doing great. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going up and up. Keeps going up and up. And that's because all the money's being vacuumed upwards. But you go down to the local Dollar General, that's the only store that's doing any business. Well, why? Well, it's because people ain't got no money. So they're buying $5, $10, $20 worth of stuff at a time and trying to make it stretch. Now, Mr. President, I know you said, well, we got $20 trillion worth of new investments coming. Well, that's all fine and good. But that's years out from actually starting to take root in this country. So what are people supposed to do right now? Pull up our bootstraps a little tighter? Cinch our belt? We've already done that. The only thing that's come down in our economy is the price of gas. Everything else keeps going up and up. You know, you walk downtown, you walk by the used car lot, the one that sells cars for $5,000 a piece. They ain't sold a car in 6 weeks. Well, if people can't afford to buy a $5,000 car, how the hell do you expect them to go out there and buy a $70,000 car? The math don't math, Mr. President, and it don't add up. And I know I ain't the only one seeing it. It's time to come out of them gilded palaces and get down here with the real people on the street level and start seeing what's really happening here on the ground. Businesses are going broke. People are out of money. People are desperate. They're angry. They're frustrated. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. Thank God for YouTube, or I'd be in even worse shape than I already am in. You got to stop gaslighting the American people here. You got single mothers out here trying to scratch around, asking for money because they can't get by, because the benefits are being cut, the services are being cut. I mean, where do we draw a line between compassion and fiscal responsibility here? I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting into the void today. But I was thinking, none of this makes sense. People are desperate. People are crying out. They're mad. Nobody's listening. Yet we're seeing all this media hype towards, the new golden age. There ain't nothing golden here. Nothing golden here. And you walk down my main street in my little town and you'll see it. People are broke. People are mad. They're frustrated. They're grinding 40, 50, 60-hour work weeks and wondering why the ends don't meet. And I've tried to explain why some of this is happening. And I think I've gotten the message out to some people, yes. But I think maybe you needed to hear this today. When is enough is enough? We got the pending healthcare thing coming where people's healthcare is going to explode by 200-300%. Nah. I agree. Obamacare was a disaster. I agree. And it needs to be fixed. Well, get to fixing it. We've heard excuses long enough. It's time to now let's start seeing some action on this. People can't afford another $300 a month in health care. It's just not possible. Because, see, our wages ain't going up. They keep going down. Our job security keeps getting evaporated like water in a desert. People are out here driving for pizza and Uber and DoorDash. Old people. Not just young people, old people. Because they can't get by. And I'm going to hear it in the comments. Well, you should have planned better. You should have budgeted better. You should have invested when you was young. Why didn't you invest when you had all those years? Well, it's easy to say. But you got to understand, our wages were lower back then. Our opportunities were not as predominant as they are today to make investments. I don't know. Some of the people in my comment section really just turn me wild. They have no clue. They live in their glass house and want to throw stones. Well, go right ahead. I don't care. It doesn't make no difference to me. I'm telling you what I see on the ground here. People make mistakes in their lives. What, is that not allowed? Well, I'm glad you didn't make any mistakes. Good for you. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. You earned it. People can be just arrogant. Arrogant? I don't know. It's upsetting some days. You got people out here they're desperate. You look around, people are desperate out here. Nobody has any money. No one's doing anything. No one's investing because there's no money left. It's all been sucked upwards. Yes. The only people getting rich are the billionaires and the millionaires because they have the money to invest. But your average working Joe out here working 70 hours a week trying to keep the lights on, pay the mortgage? No. He's done. He's tapped out. How much money can you suck upwards before the people finally run out of money? There's only so much money. And the opportunities are getting less and less. People need to wake up. And our leaders need to get down on street level and start seeing what's really happening on the ground. We got 435 people in a big marble palace up there in Washington. And ain't none of them willing to come down here on street level and take a look what's going on. It's shit, they won't even answer your phone call. And as soon as you try to say something, we ain't got time to talk to you. Yeah, you don't know how good you got it. Well, I think it's time people start waking up. And I think our people in these palaces need to come down to street level and start looking at what's going on the ground. This is ridiculous. Now, it ain't about Democrat or Republican or either one of those, because they're both heads of the same snake. Things have got to change for the average American person. Main Street is dead. The only people doing any business is Dollar General and Walmart. That's it. That's crazy. The average mom and pop store, they're going under. It's like a tsunami. Every time I drive through town, there's another new business closed. Another restaurant folded up. Couldn't make it. No, something's got to change here, guys. You're going to have to do better. Because I don't think the American people can wait 3 or 4 more years for all this new investment that's been promised to start trickling down to the economy to our level. We're out of time. We're out of money now. What are you going to do about it now? You got people living in their cars. You got people living in RVs, old people. Because they're out of options and they're out of choices. They've been priced out. Private equity has destroyed the housing market. Then we turn around and we add all this with all these new people that came into the country over the last 4 years. That's destroyed our housing and rental industry as well, because we're all competing for the same place to live, whether you're for it or against it. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. So, I don't know. You guys need to get your act together. It's time to start telling the truth around here. It's time for people to start waking up. Anyways, that's my rant for today. So until next time, folks, let's rise together.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you're great. Now, you've heard all the challenges that they're going through. But let's just be honest. Let's just talk the truth. You see, all of these things that are happening right now, Black Americans, I'd already warned you all that these are going to have devastating effects towards your life, towards your health and everything. You made a decision that at the back of your mind, you thought that was right. You made a decision that you think is going to serve the interest of your own self. You didn't even think about these people that were trying to warn you. You let hate, you let racism cloud your judgment just because you are promised something. And the same thing that you are promised right now, you are not getting it. And so it becomes so much difficult for you to fathom even the fact that you're a white person and you're going through what you're going through. I'd like to say what this gentleman is trying to share. And I think it's important, like, people pay attention to the quality of life. I mean, he's a guy who is contented with where he lives, honestly, from the look of things. It's called it's called Offended Outcast. Go check out his channel and you'll see he's a person who is contented with the condition that he is in. And I'm not saying he's in a bad condition. He's somebody who is satisfied with the position that he is. And that's what you need in life right now, right? Being contented with what you have. But at the end of the day, what he speaks about the United States still remains the reality of the United States, because these are things that people need to address. These are things that we need to talk about because they form part and parcel of the United States. Once you fail to listen to the instructions, once you fail to listen to what Black folks say, because Black folks have been right, and they've proven to be right for the longest time, especially when in things that are affecting the United States, like politically. They have been right because they have been there. They have envisioned the betrayal of the United States. And so when they see a given pattern, they already know if this is just a bubble that is happening. And right now, the bubble has burst. So you are seeing everything that is happening. Everyone, you're working right now. You don't know how many jobs you're going to be doing just to have your rent intact, just to have your pocket money intact. You have to put in the work, right? So it becomes a little bit difficult for you as a person. But that just comes from one mistake. One mistake. And this one mistake is failing to listen to Black people. Not that Black people were special when they were trying to warn you. No, they were not special. But they were warning you from experience, and they tried to warn you, and they told you that this person that you're giving your energy, this person that you're giving your time, this person that is making you become so loudest is the same damn person that will make you become the saddest person in 2025 in the United States. While right now you are seeing it happening, real time. You are going through it. You are facing it. You are feeling, and you are going through every emotion. And Trump keeps on putting you in a roller coaster. Today you're happy about him doing certain thing. The next day you're sad. He did certain thing. The next day he embarrassed the United States through the speech, through the decision, and the whole lot. And everyone is getting to see Mr. Donald Trump for who he is. And I hope in future you all are gonna be making the right decision in everything that you do. Brothers and sisters, I didn't want to say much in regards to this, but I just want to say that you need to understand that what you did was a terrible mistake, right? So the leopard has licked your face and it's coming down to you. So it is time you make the right decision. It is time you understand and know what is right for you. Yeah. So please let me know what you think about this, because at the end of the day, we need to address these issues. We need to talk about these issues. They form part and parcel of the United States. Once you recognize what the problem is, people are dismantling the problem. white people just waking up to realization that what black people have been saying is just the damn truth, as they are living in a third world condition. So please let me know what you think about this video. Until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.